This is a motion to set interlocutory hearing involving the Stiles child, Richard Stiles child. Ms. Gutierrez is with us for the department. Mr. Hill is with us representing the mother, Ms. Stiles, who is with us. Ms. Archer is with us representing the father, Mr. Scott. He is not with us and not in the waiting room. Mr. Barfield represents the children. He's not with us.
Thank you, Your Honor. Shay, who do you work for?
St. Francis Ministries.
And what do you do for them?
I'm a caseworker or a permanency specialist.
And are you assigned to Leslie Jean Richard Stiles, the child?
Am.
Okay, and is his father, I'm sorry, what's his father's name?
Cody Scott.
And is his mother Dominique Stiles?
Yes.
And are we here today asking the court to set an interlocutory hearing on the issue of Dominique Stiles' parental rights?
Yes.
And can you tell us what are some of the issues you have been having with Ms. Stiles in regards to drug screens?
She has not complied with the drug screen since the end of January.
Okay. And was there an oral swab in October of 2025 that caused you concern?
Yes.
And did she also refuse to provide an oral swab sample this year in 2026?
Yes.
And was that in January of 2026?
Yes, it was.
Okay. In addition to that, what other problems with screens are you having with Ms. Stiles?
She's just not going to them, or there's an issue at the lab.
Okay. And did you send her on March 10th, 2026 to drug screen by your analysis by noon on March 11th of 2026?
Yes, I did.
And did she complete that screen?
No, she did not.
And historically, what drug has Ms. Stiles struggled with?
Methamphetamine.
And following her refusal for that January oral swab, did the department move her in-person visits to virtual for the safety of the child?
Yes.
Okay. Are we asking for any changes in visitation today?
Yes.
What changes are we asking for today as well?
If we could just stop them.
Okay. And do you believe that's in the best interest of the child?
I do.
And can you explain why?
Well, he's a baby, and the virtual really don't do anything for him. It's more for mom, and they only last about 10 minutes because he is a baby.
Okay.
And her not complying with drug screens.
Now, at the last hearing, the department had agreed to provide Ms. Stiles with a service plan. Was that service plan provided to Ms. Stiles?
Yes, it was.
Okay. And that was without it being ordered, correct?
Yes.
And what referrals has Ms. Stiles asked you to send out so she can work her services?
None at this time.
Have you been able to verify her employment?
No.
Have you been able to verify her housing?
No.
I pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Mr. Hill?
No questions for this witness, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Ms. Archer?
No questions, Judge.
All right, Mr. Barfield still has not joined us, so Ms. Gutierrez, did you have any other witnesses?
We have no other witnesses, Your Honor. At this time, the department rests. There has been a finding of aggravated circumstances against Ms. Stiles. We are asking for an interlocutory hearing. I believe May 18th is the next perm hearing. We're asking to hold that interlocutory hearing at the same day and time.
All right.
Oh,
All right.
and we are asking for visitation to be stopped, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Hill, did you have any witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor, I'd like to call Ms. Stiles.
All right. Ms. Stiles, if you'd unmute. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, if you would raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Mr. Hill.
Ms. Stiles, good morning. You've heard the testimony of Ms. Carnes requesting or regarding your drug screening or lack thereof. Is that correct?
Yes.
So was there an issue in January with your ability to drug screen?
January, the oral swab, I said that I wanted it done like professionally because I didn't trust the way that she handled it the time prior to that. My sample was left unopened and unsealed. and then taken in her personal vehicle to FedEx. And I didn't, because of all that, and it came back positive, and I just didn't trust it because I'm on prescriptions and I wanted to know that it could be done professionally. And so I asked them to do that, and they just said okay. And then that was it. That was all they said to me about it.
Okay. Was there a February drug screen request made February, I believe 10th or 11th?
Yes.
9th, 10th, 11th, something like that? And did you complete that drug screen?
I attempted to. I went up there. It was actually on the 9th. I went up there and they told me that it was for my nails and I had acrylics on. So she told me that I had to soak the acrylics off and then I can go back, which I tried to do. But when I went back the second day, she said that after soaking them off and everything, I didn't have enough nails for them to sample. And that's when I was informed by Shay that I was supposed to do UA too, but any lab test now didn't even tell me I had to do a UA. They just told me about the nails. So I went back up there to try to do the nails, and I believe they told me that something was wrong with their system. The system was down, and they talked to their supervisor and told me to come back. It was a back and forth, and I communicated all of this with Shay, and I told her what was going on.
So if I understand you correctly, you were requested to give a UA and you were there and you would have, but it was the facilities issue and they couldn't take it. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Okay. And then regarding the March drug screen that she says you didn't take, was there a reason you didn't take the March drug screen?
I'm not aware. She didn't text me or anything about one, so I don't know.
Okay, my mistake. So there was no March drug screen requested?
No, not that I've looked at my messages just now and I didn't see any.
Okay. If you had been requested in March, would you have gone?
Yes.
Okay. Are you asking the judge to deny this this motion and let you to continue to attempt to work your service plan?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll pass the witness.
All right, thank you, Ms. Gutierrez.
No questions. Pass the witness.
All right, thank you. Ms. Archer?
No questions.
All right, Mr. Barfield is still not with us. Mr. Hill, did you have any other witnesses?
No, you're on arrest.
All right, thank you. Ms. Archer, any witnesses?
No witnesses, Judge.
And Your Honor, if I could recall Shay Carnes briefly.
Okay. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Shay, you just heard Dominique Stiles' testimony. Is that correct?
Yes,
Can you tell us what you have received training on taking oral swab samples? Is that correct?
yes, ma'am.
Can you tell us what the protocol is once a sample is taken?
That I take it to FedEx and let them sign a paper saying that the chain of custody on who got it, and then they seal it and send it.
Okay, so it's required as a part of your training to be unsealed for FedEx to seal themselves. Is that correct?
Yes,
And at that point, FedEx does an affidavit or something to that effect for chain of custody. Is that correct?
yes,
And were those protocols followed in that October 2025 oral swab?
yes, ma'am.
In addition to that, Dominique Stiles mentioned her medication. Have you asked her multiple times for a picture of her medication?
Yes,
And did you also offer her to send a list of her medication in that oral swab package that you were trying to get done in January of 2026?
yes,
Okay. In addition to that, did you inform Ms. Stiles that she needed to urinalysis drug screen in February
yes,
before she went to the lab?
yes, ma'am.
So she was aware of that and made no attempt to contact you to let you know it hadn't done at that time. Is that correct?
Yes,
And then the oral swab attempt in January, did you in fact offer for FedEx to actually come to the location to pick up that sample?
yes. Casey at the front desk was willing to do that.
As well, did you offer for another worker to do the swab?
I did.
Okay. And the request for March drug screening, how did you let Ms. Stiles know she needed to drug screen?
I emailed her and her attorney.
Okay, thank you. Pass the witness.
All right. Anyone else have questions for Ms. Cairns again? No? All right, then. Okay. Does anyone have anything else to present today?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then. Okay, based on what I've heard in the motion that I've read, I will grant the department's motion to set the hearing on Ms. Stiles' parental rights. I will set an interlocutory hearing on those rights to be held in conjunction with our next permanency hearing on May 18th, 2026. It will be by Zoom like today's hearings, so parties can ask their lawyers or anyone can go on the court's online docket a day or two before May 18th to see what time of day we'll have that hearing, so you don't wait around in the waiting room. I will also grant the department's motion to suspend Ms. Stiles' visitation until further court order. All right, we'll be in recess on this case.
Your Honor.
For those, yes, sir.
I'm sorry, sir. Ms. Stiles would wish to request a jury trial in this matter, Judge.
Okay, I'll make note of that. Go ahead and file your formal motion with the clerk.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you, sir.
We'll be in recess. I will be back at 9:30 to call another Randall County case. That's an initial permanency hearing involving the Wesley and Tramitolo children. Otherwise, we'll be in recess. Everybody have a good week.
Thank you, sir.
Thank y'all. This is an initial permanency hearing involving the Wesley and the Tramitolo children. Ms. Wildman's with us for the department. Ms. Naranjo is with us representing the children. Ms. Naranjo, that's new for me saying, so.
Thank you, Judge.
Welcome. We're happy to have you.
Thank you.
Mr. Nowak is with us representing one of the fathers, Mr. Gorum, the alleged father, I think alleged, we'll get to that here in a minute, alleged father of Zariah. He is with us. Mr. Gorum is not. Ms. Grant is with us representing the mother, Ms. Tramitolo. She is with us. And Mr. Hill is with us representing the adjudicated father to Kyair, Dirk Gorum. He is not with us. Mr. Hill, were you expecting him?
Judge, I represent Jeremiah Wesley.
I'm sorry. I had him backwards. Yeah, you're right. My fault. He is with us. All right. Mr. Nowak, were you expecting Mr. Gorum?
No, but I have made contact with him through text. He hasn't been answering my phone calls, but he texted me. He says he doesn't have the link, although I emailed it to him. I asked him to text me is correct. He's not here. I don't expect him, Judge, but I'm as ready as I can be. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, and I did note, someone can correct me if I'm wrong, he was an alleged father. I don't show in my notes from past hearings that I've adjudicated him. However, he did, in filling out his request for a court-appointed attorney, in which I did appoint Mr. Nowak, he did acknowledge that he was the biological father. So if somebody can be checking on that, if we haven't adjudicated, I'll go ahead and adjudicate him today. But
we did, Judge. We did an order from paternity. He did genetic testing and was determined to be the father. So that was signed back, I think, in last month.
Okay, good. Then I can change my notes. Give me just a second. All right, then. I have Kayla Scone and Michael Stringer in the waiting room.
Kayla Scone's my worker. I think Michael Stringer's for the next hearing, Judge.
Okay, let's get her in. All right, Ms. Scone has joined us. Ms. Wildman, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. The department would call Kayla Scone.
Okay. Ms. Scone, if you'd raise your right hand, please. You swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, thank you. Ms. Wildman.
Thank you, Judge. Real briefly, Ms. Scone, how are you currently employed?
I'm a permanency specialist with St. Francis Ministries.
And are you the permanency specialist assigned to the case involving Kyair, Wesley, and Zariah Tramitolo and their family?
Yes, I am.
All right. And so are the children still placed with their maternal grandparents?
Yes.
And how are they doing in that placement?
They are doing very well. They are up to date on all their medical appointments. They're in daycare. They're very healthy, happy young children, and they're very bonded to their grandparents. So they're doing well.
Perfect. And so I don't think you were in here, but we have since, or Mr. Gorum has since been determined to be the father of Zariah, correct?
Yes.
Now, as far as visitation, what sort of visitation has begun?
So we have started weekly 1 hour supervised visits. They're supervised by St. Francis at our visitation house. And I think we've had 3 visits so far between Zariah and Dirk. And they're going well so far. I mean, we have had Mackenzie there for the first couple ones just to keep Zariah comfortable. But I think she's starting to open up more to Dirk, and so they're going fairly well.
All right, and so let's use that as a segue to talk about Mr. Gorum and his services. So he has a service plan, correct?
Yes.
And what sort of services has he already started working on?
So he has not confirmed that he has started any services at this point in time. I did ask him to drug screen. He signed first of all, he signed the family plan last month, and then I asked him to drug screen, which he did not do. And then he said I've submitted all service authorizations for his family plan, but he has not started any that I am aware of or that he has confirmed with me.
And I mean, to be fair, he's just starting out his service
Yes.
plan within the last month, correct?
Yes.
All right. And so since he didn't drug screen when you requested it, was it last month?
Yes.
Are you requesting that he be ordered to drug screen today?
Yes.
Are you wanting that to be done by hair follicle or UA or both?
Both.
Now, as far as, I guess, reunification with Mr. Gorum and considering any sort of placement there, does the department have some continuing danger concerns at this point?
Yes.
And just what are some of those?
I would say just as of right now, Zariah has not been around Dirk for most of her life, so I think just not knowing him very well. And then I don't have any background information on who Dirk lives with. I've seen his home, but he does live with other roommates, so there is that. And then he's told me he's employed, but he has not provided employment verification, so I'm still not sure on that.
And based off of testimony at prior hearings, is there some concern that there is a history of drug use that we don't know if that's been addressed?
That is correct.
And so at this point, as far as Mr. Gorum's concerned, would you ask that the placement continue with the grandparents and that he continue working those services?
Yes.
As far as, well, let's talk about Miss Tramitolo next. As far as services, what services has she completed?
So she has completed all of her services. So when I submitted the court report, she was finishing up her domestic violence work group, but since I've submitted, she has completed everything. She has drug screened, and she is also actively working on getting a job and things like that. So she's done everything that I've asked her to do.
Now, as far as drug screening, have those been consistently negative for the past few months?
Yes, it was negative in February and March.
All right, and those were UA tests, correct?
Yes.
Now, I guess the question goes, do you need any court-ordered drug screens for Miss Tramitolo at this time?
I don't think so, no.
All right, and so what sort of visitation is Miss Tramitolo getting?
So she gets 4 hours supervised by placement.
Okay, and is that just as they can work it out amongst themselves?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Just because grandparents do work.
Okay, and long term, as far as Miss Tramitolo is concerned, what are some of the continuing dangers that we still have right now?
I would just honestly say maybe the protectiveness of the children at this moment.
Okay. Do we need to see a little bit more as far as, I guess,
Objection
sobriety
leading.
I'm sorry,
What
y'all
would
were
you
both
like-
talking.
What would you like to see as far as sobriety, if anything?
I mean, for sobriety, maybe another month or two of drug screening, but I mean, I really don't have any concerns for Mackenzie.
Okay. And so when we talk about you know, the services she's doing and trying to find, and I guess her getting a job and things like that, what was the situation as far as living and working before the department got involved?
Right. So prior to removal, Mackenzie was living with the children at her parents' home, so where the children are now. So basically, she was removed from where they are. That was the separation that occurred, and she was a stay-at-home mom, taking care of the two young babies and, you know, making sure that they were provided for. So,
And
that's
I guess, is that the intention of Miss Tramitolo and placement, or is it the hope of Miss Tramitolo and placement that she be able to transition back into that home?
that is correct. Yes.
All right. And so if you don't have any concerns, is that something that you're willing to staff to see if that's appropriate sooner rather than later?
Yes.
Okay. And do you know how soon you could get that staffed?
I could probably request a staffing today.
Okay. And starting out, would you, now the children, are they in daycare?
They are in daycare. Yes.
Okay. And as part of that, would you anticipate they remain in daycare?
Um, I would, because I do know Mackenzie would still like to work, if possible, but if we need to take them out of daycare, we can, you know, either way. But I believe she would like to work.
Okay. Well, and I guess my question would be, initially starting out, getting her back into the home, would you want her contact to at least be supervised by her parents?
Objection, continued leading.
Thank,
What kind of supervision do you anticipate wanting if she is to return into the home?
Supervision with the grandparents being there.
And I guess, is there a time limit on that, or would as long as it's supervised with her being in the home, would there be any concerns?
No, there wouldn't be any concerns.
All right. And so let's shift over to Mr. Wesley. So as far as Jeremiah is concerned, what services has he completed?
So he has completed everything except for parenting and BIP. He did the BIP assessment, but he did not do the full course because they said that he basically didn't qualify. And then he is working on parenting classes. He just hasn't provided the certificate of completion, but he's done his counseling, his anger management. He is also started visits with Kyair. And then also he does help provide things for both children, Kyair and Zariah. Like he'll send diapers and wipes and toys and things to placement so that they have and clothes and things like that. So he is providing.
Okay. Now, with visitation starting with Kyair, when did that restart, or when did, I guess, that start?
We've had, I believe, 3 weeks of visitation.
All right. And previously, had the court ordered that he not start visitation until he began the BIP program?
Yes, that is correct.
And at the time that visitation resumed, what was the department relying on and feeling that that was appropriate to restart visitation?
Well, we believed it was appropriate because he had finished his other services and he had been complying with the department. And as long as they were supervised by St. Francis, then I think we had no problems.
Was it recommended in his completion of individual counseling that supervised visitation was appropriate?
Yes.
And he's completed anger management, correct?
Yes.
And so, as far as BIP, do you have concerns, or do you feel that BIP would still be appropriate and is still a service he needs to complete?
I believe it would be appropriate for him to do it. I mean, I still believe he should get his visits, but I think the BIP would be beneficial to him.
Okay. And I guess, are you formally asking the court to allow the visits to continue and not necessarily be contingent on just the BIP?
Yes.
Had you gotten, I guess, that recommendation from the previous Ultimatum as well?
Yes.
Now, I guess since visitation had started and that decision was made, what, if anything, have you discovered or learned about his, I guess, the status of any of his legal cases?
I know he was arrested earlier this month or end of
Objection,
last.
hearsay unless she has personal knowledge.
Did you talk to either of the parents about these criminal charges?
Yes,
Okay, and what did they tell you about those?
Well, let's say who first. Who'd you talk to? Which parent?
I spoke with Mackenzie,
All
and I
right,
also spoke with placement.
okay, you can tell me what Mackenzie said.
Okay. Mackenzie just told me that he had tried to reach out to her, but he was arrested. But she wasn't allowed to speak with him because there was bond restrictions on his arrest.
Okay, is it concerning to you that he was trying to reach out to her with a bond restriction?
Yes,
Has the department, I guess, is the department aware of those bond conditions and able to make sure, at least as far as our services are concerned, that we aren't putting them in a position to violate those bond conditions?
yes.
And is it your understanding that the charges that he's facing, those are not new charges, but those were from prior to removal?
Objection calls for hearsay.
At this point, are you asking that the or for any drug screens on Mr. Tramitolo?
For Mr. Wesley.
Oh, sorry, for Mr. Wesley.
Yes, no, we've had no concerns for
Okay.
him.
All right, and then are you asking that placement continue at this time?
Yes,
Would you ask that pending staffing that Ms. Tramitolo be allowed to, I guess, reside back in the home?
yes.
And then, as far as the other parents, are there any other orders or anything else that needs to be brought to the court's attention?
I don't think so.
All right, and then are you asking the department remain temporary managing conservator at this time?
Yes.
All right, I'll pass the witness, Judge.
All right, thank you. Kayla, why did Miss Tramitolo move out of her parents' house?
Because of the removal. So she, from my understanding that prior to the removal, CPS was involved. She was living with her parents and asked, Jeremiah was at his apartment, so they were separated because they were involved. And then the baby Kyair was went to go see his grandparents, Jeremiah's parents, and then Jeremiah had possession of the baby, and that's when the incident occurred, and that's when the removal happened. So since placement is the grandparents, that's why she had to move out of the home.
All right, I'm not sure I understand all that, but there's nothing that would prohibit her from moving back in with her parents at this time?
No.
There's no problem between her and her parents?
Oh no, they get along great. Yeah, they're very supportive of Mackenzie.
Okay, and I read where she's living with a friend now, correct?
Yeah, she's living with a family friend.
Would placement of the kids back with her and this family friend be appropriate, or does the department's position that she needs to be back with her parents before we would start reunification?
I would say with her parents, and because everything is set up for the children there, and I think that the family friend was just letting Mackenzie stay there until she was able to move back.
Okay, so that everybody's kind of on board that she was going to go back with her parents, and probably the family friend's not intending to keep her and the children longer term.
Correct.
Okay, all right, that answers that for me.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Gorum, you said that he did not drug test when you requested him to, but it's also true, isn't it, that I ordered him to drug screen at our status hearing on November 17th.
Yes, and
And
he did not go.
And he didn't do that. So we've got some concerns with him because he won't drug test, correct?
Correct. And yeah, because he wanted to be confirmed with the paternity test before he did services, and then he didn't go last month because whenever I told him to go, he felt like it was out of nowhere, but I had to explain to him, and I've explained to him prior that they are random.
Yeah.
So
You think maybe it'd be appropriate to suspend his visits until he does drug tests, since he's refused now at least twice? Or do you, I'm asking because, sometimes I don't want to punish the child because of what the parent does, but, on the other,
at this time, I don't have concerns, and I think it's probably good that we do start building a relationship between Zariah and Dirk in some form. So, I
okay.
mean, I do want him to drug screen, but I don't see removing their visits at this time because I think she is starting to get used to him, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. And that's like
Okay.
I said, I have to weigh whether if I'm punishing the child rather than
Yeah.
the parent when I do that. So, okay. And then you talked about Mr. Wesley's bond restriction. Was that a restriction not to be around mom?
That is correct.
Okay, so we've got a problem there too. Okay. Thank you. Ms. Grant, questions?
Thank you, Your Honor. Hi, Kayla. Kayla, do you believe that with protectiveness of the mother being your safety concern that you referenced, but returning her to the home under an only supervised visitation plan, do those two things kind of contradict each other a little bit?
I mean, not really I think if the grandparents are there supervising, and if we plan to keep the kids in daycare, then Mackenzie would only be around the kids when the grandparents are home.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Would you be opposed to minimal unsupervised visitations, such as the mother being allowed to transport the children to daycare or pick them up and able to assist the grandparents more than she can now?
I think that would be appropriate.
Okay, so supervised when within the home would be what we want, but you're not opposed to her transporting the children, taking them to doctor's appointments, or doing general helpful motherly things?
Yes.
Okay. In fact, we really want that to settle the children back into their normal routine they had before removal, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And so would you be agreeable to the judge ordering something like the mother can transport the children as agreed by the parties and allow the grandparents to be protective and decide?
Yes.
Okay. As far as the bond restrictions, is my client Mackenzie the victim in the domestic violence situation in this case?
That is correct.
Okay. And her leaving the home was so that CPS would agree to let her parents be placement, correct?
Yes.
And from the beginning, it's always been the intent that her living situation would return to what it was before removal, potentially, correct?
Yes.
But this recommendation by you will allow her to get at least a part-time job. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any concerns with her mode of transportation, with insurance, her licensing, or any reason, car seats, or any safety reasons there?
I know she's working on getting a vehicle, so I think that was the only thing left for her to do because she
Okay.
does have to get transportation at the moment.
Okay, so if she was properly insured on placements vehicles, you would not be opposed to that, correct?
Correct.
Pass the witness, Judge.
All right, thank you. Mr. Nowak?
No questions. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Hill?
Thank you, Judge. Ms. Scone, you have indicated you want Jeremiah to take BIP, but he was denied taking the class or denied the ability to take the class because at assessment, the BIP people said he didn't need it and didn't qualify. Is that correct?
They said he didn't take accountability for any of the abuse or instance that led to the removal.
So he didn't qualify to take the course. Is that right?
Essentially, yes.
Okay. So he's sort of in a catch-22. You say he needs it, but the BIP people won't let him take it. Where do we go from here?
Well, we had resubmitted for BIP he had agreed to work it prior to visits being allowed after the denial had occurred. So we did resubmit, but then we had discussed because his therapist had said that there were no concerns that we could allow visits. So nothing has occurred with the BIP since then.
Okay, BIP is an order of the service plan, is that right?
Yes,
Okay, and the service plan was prepared by St. Francis and then approved by the judge, correct?
yes.
Okay, so again, I guess my is if he's not being allowed to take the BIP class because the BIP people won't let him take it, how then can he comply with the service plan in that respect?
I guess if they continue to deny him, then he wouldn't need to.
Okay, thank you. I'll pass the witness.
All right. Mr. Ronho.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Scone, per your permanency report, Mr. Wesley did take some accountability at the rational behavior therapy. Is that correct?
Yes,
But he's unwilling to take any accountability at BIP. Is that right?
that is correct.
Now, for the reasons the removal of the child, there was some unexplained injuries to the child. Is that right?
Yes,
And that was part of the concern of why we needed the BIP class to be ordered for Mr. Wesley. Is that right?
yes,
Now, regarding all the parents, none of the parents have been ordered or asked to hair follicle drug screen since the case started. Is that right?
that is correct.
Now, for regarding Ms. Tramitolo, I know it's important for the department to have sobriety. Wouldn't it be important to have Ms. Tramitolo provide a hair follicle drug screen and that it be clean before she start any unsupervised visitation or any reunification plan?
Yes, that would be appropriate.
And would you also be agreeable to requesting that Mr. Wesley also be ordered to provide a UA and hair follicle drug screen because he's never provided one?
Yes, he provided a UA during investigations.
And so he has not drug screened since the initiation of the case. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
So it would be appropriate now to ask him to both UA and hair follicle drug screen. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll pass the witness.
All right, thank you. Anybody have further questions for Ms. Scone?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Wildman, did you have any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Grant, witnesses.
Nothing further, Judge. We rest.
Thank you. Mr. Nowak,
Rest, Your Honor.
Mr. Hill,
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Ronho, any witnesses?
No witnesses, Your Honor.
All right. Okay, I'll get ready to make my ruling. Mr. Hill, I understand your concern, and I agree with you. If he didn't qualify for the program, then he can't take it, and I can't order him to take a program that they won't make available to him. My personal note is I have some concerns because number one, he has criminal charges pending for assault on mom, and he has a bond restriction. But that, I was a lawyer once. He may be not taking accountability because he has a criminal charge pending. So, Ms. Scone, if I understood you right, though, with all of that, the therapist didn't have a problem with Mr. Wesley having visitation, correct?
Correct.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I understand your catch-22, Mr. Hill, but if the therapist says not a danger and he's denying accountability for whatever reason, I get the catch-22. So, okay, Ms. Naranjo, recommendations.
Your Honor, I'd recommend that the department continue as temporary managing conservator and the children continue their placement. They're doing very well there. Before any reunification or unsupervised visits starts for Ms. Tramitolo, I would like her to do a clean UA and clean hair follicle. I think especially since the no clean hair follicle has been provided. And I think that records show that she had some positive UAs back in the past. And I would recommend that Mr. Gorum, his visitation be suspended at least until he provides a clean UA.
Okay. All right, then. I will continue the department as temporary managing conservator. I'll continue the children's current placements as of today. However, based on the progress that I've heard on Ms. Tramitolo's part, I'm going to order that the department and/or St. Francis begin to develop a transition monitored return of the children to mother. And that's, I've heard of that. Sounds like everybody thinks that she'll be going back to her parents and that will take care of any concerns. So that's why I'm saying begin developing the monitor return. Because I don't find that there's a physical danger to the children to be around their mother at this time. I'm just going to order all three parents to both hair strand and UA drug screen by 4 p.m. today. That kind of takes care of all the different concerns from the different parents. I'll order that Mr. Gorum's visitation be suspended until he has provided a negative hair and UA drug screen. And I'll order that Miss Tramitolo's visitation may be unsupervised if she provides a negative hair strand and UA drug screen. Okay, that's the ruling today. Understand me saying to develop a transition monitor return could be problematic because it's a little vague, but that's what I want to do so we can get everybody in the right spot.
Your Honor, may I ask my client if she needs transport to her drug screen today since she does
Sure.
not have a vehicle?
Absolutely. Ms. Tramitolo, do you need a ride for your drug screens?
No, I believe that I can have one.
Okay, if you run into a problem, I'm still making that order. Just get in touch with Ms. Scone and she'll help you to get transportation.
Yes, sir. I'll get that done.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, then I'll set our next hearing, review hearing for July 20th, 2026. It will be by Zoom like today's hearing, so parties can ask their lawyers or anyone can go on the court's online docket a day or two before July 20th to see what time of day we'll have that hearing so you don't sit around in the waiting room half the day. Again, as I said, I know this when I order you to start developing a monitored return plan, I know that could be problematic. If there is something comes up that needs the court's attention before July 20th, because of what I've ordered today, just ask me and I'll set a hearing on it and we'll clarify it when we have to. So, all right, that will conclude this hearing. For those of you involved, I'll be back very shortly here to call a Randall County compliance hearing on the Stringer child. So we'll be in recess. Everybody have a good week. This is a compliance hearing following an order to participate involving the Stringer child. Ms. Gutierrez is with us for the department. Ms. Naranjo is with us representing the the child. Mr. Nowak is with us representing the mother, Ms. Stringer. She's not in my waiting room. And Mr. Hill is with us representing the father, Mr. Stringer, who is also with us. Mr. Nowak, were you expecting Ms. Stringer?
No, Judge, I spoke to her yesterday and this morning. She's in bed, sick with an infection, and she will not be appearing today.
All right, thank you. Okay, that's everyone. I have Cherie Hughes in the waiting room.
That is my worker, Your Honor. If she could be brought in, please.
Okay. I think I pretty much told everybody it's in this hearing, but I apologize for my dress. We're out of town on medical appointments and I forgot to bring my robe with me, so apologize for that. Okay, that's everyone except for Ms. Stringer. So Ms. Gutierrez, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. The department calls Cherie Hughes as its witness.
Okay. Ms. Hughes, if you'd raise your right. Oh, she's not in yet. She's still spooling. Okay, Ms. Hughes, if you'd unmute, please. If you'd raise your right hand, do you swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, Ms. Gutierrez.
Thank you, Your Honor. Cherie, who do you work for?
The Texas Department of Family and Protective Services.
And what do you do for them?
I'm in the family-based unit.
Okay, and are you assigned to help with the Stringer family?
Yes.
And is that the mother and father, Teresa Stringer and Michael Stringer?
Yes.
All right. And did you prepare a court report for this case?
I did.
And that was filed on March 17th of 2026. Is that correct?
If that was Tuesday, yes.
Your Honor, we ask for judicial notice of that court report.
All right, so noted, and I read the report.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, can we get an update on Teresa Stringer since the filing of the court report?
Since I filed it, I do not have any new updates. I believe there may have been a visit on the 18th, but she did not show at the office. Other than that, I don't have any other updates.
Okay. Well, just to highlight some of the more concerning things in your court report, has she continued working services since the last hearing?
No.
Okay. In November of 2025, the court ordered her to complete the Padre program. To your knowledge, has she started that?
No.
It also ordered her to participate in a 12-step program. To your knowledge, has she started that?
No.
Now, regarding Mr. Stringer, are there any updates on him?
No, he completed all of his services. He did everything that the department asked.
Okay. And going back to Mrs. Stringer, when was the last time she drug screened for the department?
November of 2025.
And have you requested that she go each month since then?
Yes.
And has she failed to comply with those requests?
Yes.
And how does the department view drug screens that are requested of a parent but are not completed?
As positive.
Thank you. What are the updates on Scott?
He's doing well. He's in public school, doing well there. He is receiving services through the school for his speech. When I have seen him, he looks great. There's no concerns with Scotty with his dad. To me, he's speaking more since he started school. So he is saying a few words. He is also, he makes more eye contact with me now since he started school. So I think he's picked up on some things in school that have really been beneficial to him.
Thank you. I know one of the reasons at the last hearing that we continued the case was that the parents' divorce was set for a final hearing, I believe, in February. Is that correct?
That's correct. It was supposed to be, but it has, I believe, been moved to April.
Okay. Has anybody provided you with an update on when that divorce is now scheduled for?
I believe the last time when I talked to Mr. Stringer, I believe it's April 18th, but I'm not positive on that date, but I believe that's what he said.
Okay. Is there any reason for this case to continue today?
No, we would like to dismiss, please.
Pass the witness.
All right. Ms. Hughes, in part of the dismissal, are you also asking, or just, are you asking that the FBSS case be closed also?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, thank you. Mr. Nowak?
No question, just a point of clarification. And Sherry, it's always good to see you. Thanks for always talking to me. I know this one has been a difficult one for both of us, but I believe the divorce, and Jeff can correct me if I'm wrong, is set for April 17th, which is a Friday. And Jeff, I'll be calling you to see what we can't do to get that finalized. Judge, thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Mr. Hill.
Thank you, Judge. I concur. It is April 17th. Ms. Hughes, you're asking to be dismissed out of this case and close the case. Is that because you believe both parents have done very well, or is that just because there's really nothing else that that CPS can do for the situation?
I honestly don't believe there's anything else we can do for the situation with Mrs. Stringer. She hasn't completed her services, so and Mr. Stringer has, so there's not any point for us. And I'm sorry, Scotty is placed with his dad, so I feel like that is a good, safe environment for him, and the department just needs to close the case.
Okay, so would it be fair to characterize Mr. Stringer as very successfully completing it, his requested services, and Ms. Teresa Stringer failing miserably at doing her services?
Mr. Stringer did complete all of his services, so he was very successful. I don't know that I would characterize it as miserably because Mrs. Stringer did complete her psychosocial for us, and she started some of her services, and she has completed a few of our drug screens, but nothing that would alleviate all of the concerns that we have for her and the care of Scotty if he were to be with her.
Okay, so my choice of modifiers probably was a little over the top. Would you consider that she failed on her end to successfully complete?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And is it your recommendation moving forward that the child remain with Mike Stringer, the father?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll pass the witness.
All right, thank you. Sherry, basically, father's done everything he's asked, and mom's done all she plans to do, according to what she says. Is that a more accurate description?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Stringer, you believe he's going to be protective of Scotty, correct?
Yes, sir.
And then on top of that, we've got a divorce court judge that's going to handle any problems that come up between now and April 17th. So there's really not much more we need to do here. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Ms. Naranjo, questions?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Hughes, with the department being potentially dismissed today, what is going to be the protection for the child without any court orders in place other than, the parents having kind of a shared custody?
Just speaking with Mr. Stringer, we've just asked that, he be very careful. If he chooses to meet with Mrs. Stringer, there's not much that we can step in to do. I know that having the visits at the office, they've been kind of crazy would be a word. And there has been some concern that Mrs. Stringer might take Scotty and flee. So I've just done my best to tell him to be very, very careful with what he does and if he chooses to meet with her before that final divorce hearing.
And to be fair, there would be no court orders that would prevent Ms. Stringer from taking the child.
As of right now, no.
I'll pass the witness.
All right, thank you. All right, anyone have further questions for Ms. Hughes?
Just one follow-up question.
Okay.
Are we asking for this case to be dismissed today, or are we asking the judge to wait until after the 17th?
We're asking that this case be dismissed today.
Okay, and it sounds like we're planning to depend on Mr. Stringer being protective of the child. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, any other witnesses, Ms. Gutierrez?
No other witnesses, Your Honor. The department rests.
Thank you. Mr. Nowak, any witnesses?
Rest, Your Honor.
Mr. Hill?
No witnesses, just argument, please.
All right. Ms. Naranjo, any witnesses?
No witnesses, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Naranjo, your recommendation?
Your Honor, I would like the department to continue only because there's not going to be any court orders in place or any real protection for the child until we have this hearing potentially on the 17th. So there'd be nothing really restricting Ms. Stringer from coming and picking up the child, even if Mr. Stringer were to object to it. And so that's my main concern.
Okay. All right. All right, then, Mr. Hill, any argument?
Judge, I was going to say exactly what Mr. Naranjo said, and I request that the case not be closed out until that final hearing has been had in the divorce matter on April 17th. If the department doesn't wish to provide any more services for either party, that's certainly understandable, but we certainly would like to see the court order stay in place to protect the child until we can get the divorce finalized.
Sure. Okay. All right. Give me just a second. All right, then, I will grant the department's motion to dismiss the case and close the FBSS case, and it will be effective once the parents have had their final divorce hearing. Until then, I'll order that Ms. Stringer's visitation with Scotty will be as agreed to between the parents. Mr. Stringer, what that means is I believe you'll be protective anyway, but that gives you kind of the hammer until you get to your divorce case. If you have any concerns that she might take Scotty and run, then you call how she's going to get visitation until the divorce court says something different. Okay. Okay. He's shaking his head yes. All right. Since we're going to be dismissing this case at some point, unless there's something comes up and someone has to ask for another hearing, I'm not going to set any further hearings, and I will sign the order of dismissal once the Stringers have been to their final divorce hearing. So. Okay, that will conclude this hearing. For those of you involved, I'll be back at 10:30, maybe just a few minutes late, to call two related final hearings involving the Smith and Gordon children. So we'll be in recess till then. Everybody have a good week.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge. And this is my last hearing with the court today. And about a year ago, I lost my luggage, and you told me that sometimes you would have a ZZ Top T-shirt and cut off shorts. You're looking good for traveling. And I wish you and everyone involved nothing but the best today.
Thank you. We've had nothing but good news, so I appreciate everybody's concern.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Judge.
Thank you. In the interest of William Smith, the child, Ms. Gutierrez is with us for the department. Ms. Naranjo is with us representing the child. Ms. Lucero is with us representing any unknown father. Ms. Smith, the mother, is not with us. And I'm not sure, Brittany is out with a family emergency today. I'm not sure if we have gotten someone. Mr. Michelson was Ms. Smith's attorney. I'm not sure if we've had him substituted out yet.
I can check Odyssey, Your Honor, if you want to give
Okay.
me just a few minutes.
Yeah, sure. If you would, please. Thank you. We didn't know that Brittany wouldn't be here till late last night.
Sure. I'll be right back.
Thank you.
Okay, I am back, Your Honor. I will say it doesn't look like motions or orders were filed in either cause number.
Okay.
I do think that we might have to start and stop. Let me check my dismissal dates, which we were planning to do anyway. I know, is my caseworker in the waiting room, Your Honor, Nerdy?
Yes, she is. Let me get her in. She was the only one in the waiting room.
Thank you. And I'm checking on the dismissal day right now.
All right. And I will note that Mr. Barfield is also not with us. Well, I haven't gotten to that case, but in the case, well, while you're doing that, I'll go ahead. I'll also call the related case, cause number 85515. This is another final hearing involving the Josie Gordon and Stetson Gordon children. Again, in that case, Ms. Gutierrez is with us for the department. Ms. Naranjo is with us representing the children. Mr. Michelson, we're not sure about. He's been kind of trying to get his motions for substitution in. It looks like we may not have that yet. However, Ms. Smith, the mother, his client, is not with us. Again, Ms. Lucero is with us. Ms. Lucero, I'm trying to figure out who you represent. You represent an unknown father. I have you in both cases. I'm not sure why.
I think I'm just represent the unknown father in the 87814 case, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm going to make notes that you're not in the case involving Smith Gordon.
Okay.
And Mr. Barfield represents Mr. Hunter Gordon's, who I show's incarcerated, but Mr. Barfield's not with us. He was also not with us for another hearing this morning.
And Your Honor, I know we had let everybody know it was going to be a start and stop. I wondered if Mr. Barfield had to be in another court. Also, our dismissal date is showing as March 28th. So if we could start and stop, that would be great.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Okay. And I don't know why my paperwork's been kind of confusing on this. Is the dismissal date on the Smith case, William Smith case, is it also the same March 28th?
Yes, the case was extended before the Smith case was split off.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to change that, so I'll get that correct. Okay, and yes, the court was aware that we were doing a stop and start. I think if I recall, it had to do with Mr. Gordon. The TDCJ would not make Mr. Gordon available for today. Is that the reason for the start stop?
I think it was that and Mr. Michelson's motions for continuance. Right. But I think, Your Honor, I'm not sure how the court handles that if Mr. Michelson hasn't filed motions. I don't see any motions filed in these two.
I have already made a note for Brittany to go ahead and just substitute if we don't get that from him. So, and we'll get that done immediately so that doesn't hold up any further hearings. And it looks to me like since we're stopping today, if my calculations were right, we just have to conclude this final hearing by June 20th. So to get it finished. So, okay. That having been said, then we will go ahead. I'll let you proceed just to start and stop. However far you want to go, Ms. Gutierrez, that's up to you. We're all aware. And I assume nobody has an objection to us starting and stopping today for the two reasons that Ms. Gutierrez announced.
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
No objection.
All right. Ms. Gutierrez, you may go as far as you want, and then we will recess.
Thank you, Your Honor. The department calls Nerti Angraini.
Okay. Nerdy, if you'd raise your right hand, do you swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Gutierrez.
Thank you, Your Honor. Nerdy, you work for St. Francis Ministries, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you are the caseworker for the Smith-Gordon case as well as the W. Smith case, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, can you tell me who the children are in the Smith-Gordon case?
Smith-Gordon case. Josie and Stetson, and Stetson Gordon and Josie Gordon.
And who is the child in the W. Smith case?
It's William Smith.
And who is the mother of all three children?
Sarah Smith.
And who is the father of Josie and Stetson?
Mr. Hunter Gordon.
And is it correct that the father of William is unknown?
Yes, correct.
And did the department receive an intake on this family?
Yes, ma'am.
Very briefly, what were the intake allegations against the family for the intake to the department?
It was the domestic violence case and parent drug use.
Okay. And based on that, did the department have to remove the children?
Correct.
Your Honor, I ask for the court to recess the case at this time.
All right. Does any of the other attorneys have anything that they think we need to take up today?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Now, how far out do you want me to reset this? All of you.
As soon as Ms. Lucero and Ms. Naranjo are comfortable, and of course, an attorney from Michelson.
Yeah, and Mr. Barfield's not here to tell us how much time he might need with TDCJ to have Mr. Gordon appear again. So, what do y'all think? I've got several dates that I know that I'm available because I had other things set those dates. I've got April 24th, May 18th, June 22nd, June 15th, July 20th. Well, that one might be too. No, that was too late. So is the 6/22. So, and you guys, you may have. I don't have my calendar available since Brittany didn't make it today. You guys may have other dates that work for you. As long as it's a day we're having Randall County cases, I'm good with it.
Okay. Would May 18th work for you guys, Lorraine and Kendra?
Oh, let me look.
May 18th will work for me. We already have a docket that day.
I'm looking. Give me just a second.
Yeah, you're available. You're available whenever I'm available, Kendra.
I can make May 18th work.
Okay. I can't tell you what time yet since I don't have a docket in front of me, but we'll send that out as soon as we can so you can plan for it.
Okay.
Let me see when we were here last. And I don't have my entire docket. So in both cases, I'm just going to recess the finals to reconvene on May 18th, 2026. Parties will notify you, but you could go on the court's online docket a day or two before May 18th to see exactly what time we'll have that hearing. And just out of precaution, in both cases, I will continue the department as temporary managing conservator and continue all three children's current placements. Okay, these were our last cases for the day, so we will be in recess. Y'all have a good week.
Y'all too.
Well,
Thank you.
Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amy.
Thanks, Judge. I guess I'll see you Friday.
I think Friday, yeah. Okay, see you then.